Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for July 17th. Looking at the futures right now, we are actually opening pretty flat, so not much change in the overall market. The greed and fear index, we're at 55, so pretty much neutral right now. Just going to bring that in right here and show you. Pretty much neutral. Once again, nothing really big changing. First up on my watch list, I want to talk about Facebook. Today they were kind of being grilled and they had to sit down and testify on Capitol Hill about their Libra, the launch of Libra. And basically, as you can see on the price action, I mean, overall, this bullish engulfing candle, yeah, it's very bullish. Overall, you are looking at a major up run here, and it looks like a rally. However, the stock is unable to get above 205.50. Okay, so 205.50, very, very key level to watch right now. Personally, with all the uncertainty of Libra, I think overall the market is just trying to decide what it wants to do. And to me, until the stock breaks out of this range, it's really hard to tell. But at the very least, I can tell you, I mean, because of the uh, overall short-term look on this daily chart here, we because of this bullish engulfing candle, because we have this uptrend, and because Facebook is still holding even close, it's holding its lows, its prior lows, right? So it's making a higher low. So it could definitely go either way, even though it closed a little bit lower than it did yesterday. Kind of flat, to be quite honest. So what I want to watch, I think overall in the short term, people are going to be a little bit worried about Libra, and they will not be looking into buying more into Facebook right now until the testimony kind of subdue and kind of die off. The stock in itself is a little bit overextended from the 9 EMA. So I wouldn't be surprised if it snaps this 203 tomorrow and continue downwards back to where it came from. I do like the short, with the overall market being very indecisive. When indecision come, people would rather stay safe and not put their money in. So I do like to see it snap under 203 and stay under, and then get short, eventually bringing it back down to around the 200 area, or the 202 would be the next. Yeah, 202 will be the next level of support that we're looking at. So this is a nice target level, and then for a day trade, and then as far as the swing trade go, the 200 level, pretty key. I like the short a little bit more until it proves otherwise. We have pretty concise resistance here at the 205.50 as it tapped once, two, three times today, and it still failed. People do not want to buy up here around 205. That's what we know. Okay, so if the stock tries to pop again around this 205 area, then definitely could take a short. And we have very tight risk. Anything above this 205.50, if it stays above, then get the hell out, right? Otherwise, if it is a bullish chart, then we should be getting to the 208 area, which I talked about, because it's basically a gap fill from last year in July. Okay, the gap fill is actually right here at 214, but we have 210 as the next set of resistance. And I believe a few days ago I put Facebook on my watch list, and I did talk about the 208. And yeah, so I mean, taking a look at this trend line here. So overall, I like the short more than I do like the long. Doesn't mean that the long thesis is not there. The safe long would be wait for the breakout and hold of 205 and then long. Even the hold of 204.50 here, if the stock can hold above 204.50, then the shorts might kind of give up and just start buying the cover, causing momentum to come in. Otherwise, I like the short more. Can it get back up to 205 tomorrow? I don't know, but for the prior 3 days, it does look like it has what it takes. We'll see. Facebook, very speculative play, but definitely on watch. A big move is definitely about to come, so watch out for Facebook. Main watch is actually Roku here. It ran huge today. It had a few nice dips for you to get in long here at the 110 area and the 111. Now it's making all-time highs, right? So taking a look at Roku, I mean, if it's going to follow a trend line, it does look like it wants more. Can it keep running tomorrow? Sure. I do believe Roku can keep running tomorrow. However, it is like today is the first green day. We did close pretty much keeping a lot of its gains. It's a little overextended from the 9, so tomorrow could be a pullback day. We do see key support areas here right at this level and this level, right? Okay, so coincidentally, this is about 109.85, and this is about 110.65. So we'll give it to 110.50. Okay, so looking for a dip to hold. Also, today's VWAP, right? Looking for a dip to hold one of these support areas. If it holds, then definitely can long with very tight risk. If it snaps, then get the hell out. If we are getting a pre-market pop, right? See what it does pre-market at this 103.50 area. Oh, excuse me, it's getting late here. Sorry for yawning in your ear here. Let's load up some drawings on Roku, right? So key support, 109.85. Intermediate support, 110.65 area. Key resistance, 113.50. Don't want to short unless it proves a double top and a low high, confirming like a slow of momentum. Because the stock, it is breaking out all-time highs right now, so it's very dangerous to short. I believe a lot of short sellers are looking at this, and they will try to short it tomorrow. And if it does hold these support areas, these short sellers are going to get fucked. Okay, looking at this right now, if you want me to explain this here, this little run up, it's basically a technical breakout, right? So we do see that Roku has been trading in the short-term range, and it's been holding up, and eventually today it broke out. That was basically it. We had short sellers piled in probably from this day or this day here, July 12th and July 10th, right? And a lot of people like to bet Roku short for some reason or another. Ever since its IPO day, I've been watching it from this day. People like to bet it short. I don't know why, but every time they do and they try to short this thing, it runs stupid. That's why Roku is always going to be on my watch list here. When it does have its run day, the green days are very, very clean. I mean, taking a look at the 1 minute chart here, it's nice and clean, gives you lots of entries, and it can run multiple points. So Roku on watch tomorrow. Next up, we have UAL, United Continental, or United Airlines Continental, United Airlines. Okay, they had earnings after hours, and the earnings was actually pretty good. They came out with an earnings beat. They had good guidance for the year of 2019. However, this earnings here, it's a little bit mixed overall, because I'm looking at the previous month right now from July. They already have been buying up into this earnings. As you can see, it broke out of a nice range here, and prior to earnings, today it broke out this 92.50 area as well, right? So can it keep going? It doesn't. We don't know. We really don't know. It's holding right now. After hours, it's coming back down a little. I am anticipating people to take some profits, right? Overall, this 90 level is a very key level. Okay, I don't see the stock coming back down to the 90, though. I do expect tomorrow people will be taking profits at any kind of pop. If I'm going to load up some drawings here real quick, UAL. Okay, what I'm watching for is this $90, 94.50 area would be my key watch. It's the high of today. It topped out, double top here. After hours, it popped and dropped. It did close under it, and then it tried again, opened higher, ran, and it got sold off. So people are not buying around these prices. Now, because this is a massive company and a blue chip stock, I do expect a lot of analysts to come out with their ratings on it tomorrow morning. So definitely check the news. Those ratings are going to affect how the stock will run tomorrow. We do see a slow uptrend, but it does look like from the after hours and the earnings report session here, they are kind of pulling profits right now. And if I am anticipating a short, any pop up into this 95 area or this 96 area is a short in my opinion, just because it's so overextended. Unless tomorrow, I mean, some analysts come out, they all come out with saying it's a buy, and then people want to buy. So on any dip, they'll want to buy. 93.50 is today's breakout support here, intermediate support. The main breakout zone is 92.50, also this 50 EMA. Now, can it get back under here? We don't know. Overall, the stock is looking very bullish today. This breakout was basically people buying before earnings, and it's also a technical breakout now of this 92.50. Zooming out like a little bit here. I believe I loaded some drawings here on UAL. Okay, so if I'm just going to chunk it out into ranges, right? So this here is the near-term range at 93.50 right here. Okay, so I already marked that off. Pretty interesting how it kind of dropped and held here. 91.50 is the lowest area down. Okay, so it's right around here. I don't think the stock will come all the way down here anyways. Coming up here, we have a nice level at 94.50, which is this median, this orange line I have marked off. It's right here, the highs, right? As you can see, if I section off these ranges, can it get up to 96? Definitely, as it already got up there today, but quickly got sold off. However, it might test tomorrow, and from there we have lots of resistance before it making its next high at 98. See here, I think this 98 is its all-time highs. Yeah, it is. So will it get there? We don't know. Probably not tomorrow. Looking at the daily chart, very overextended. The stock, every time it gaps up, it does tend to have a few days of pulling back or consolidation, waiting for the 90 MA to catch up, right? So taking a look here, this here was its prior earnings. It gapped up again, and then the next day it tested the highs of the previous day and just sold off and profit took, right? And then it grinded up, came down, and yeah, that's UAL main watch. Okay, so main watch, UAL, and Roku. I talked about Facebook already. Some side watches, work or Slack Technologies. A lot of analysts are coming into their giving in their analysts today, and most of them are averaging the price around Goldman Sachs. I believe they gave it a 34. Okay, so they still give it a good rating, but they set the price target at 34. Right. So Morgan Stanley came out with analyst ratings as well. Basically all the big tier firms came out and initiated with their ratings here on Slack Technologies. So looking at this right now, aside from Goldman Sachs, all the other ones gave a little bit higher than 34 price targets. And I'm looking at this trend line overall, as well as this daily chart. For the past few days, we have an uptrend. Okay, so I'm looking for it to test 34 tomorrow, and then from 34 it bounces. Okay, key level. If it can break out or if it gaps up over 35, as you can see, the past few days it doesn't like the 35. 35 is major resistance right now, but if it can get above 35, or if it holds 34 for a few days and starts grinding up, eventually it will break out 35 and then cause a short squeeze, and this thing will run. So definitely on a side watch, looking for the 34 to hold and get in on the swing on this here on Slack. IBM is interesting. They are announcing earnings after hours tomorrow. Now, with experience, I can tell you that most of the time people sell off the stock before earnings day. Okay, and as you can see right now, overall for the past few days, people are buying into it. Today, it tested a nice key level of 144. Okay, so coming over here. 144 major resistance right now. I am anticipating a test of 144 again, and then looking for that double top to short into, just because it's going to announce earnings after hours. And looking at this 144 right now, it's basically a gap fill right here from April. Okay, so it's prior earnings. I believe this is its prior earnings, and it's coming into an inflection point. So can it get above 144? I highly doubt it tomorrow. It will definitely want to test, and from there, I do think it's a safe short. You have very tight risk. If it starts holding above 144, then get the hell out, right? The next level up here would be 145. So there is another dollar to the upside, but I do like the short on the double top on the 144 and then bring it back down to the 143. So there's a nice dollar there. And from here around the 143, I think people will, like the gamblers, they'll try to buy this support here at 143. So looking overall, this stock is going to chop around this range, 143, 144 area. And that's my thoughts on IBM. Finally, we have BABA. Now, BABA overall had a doji day. Unfortunately, the volume is only 1.0 relative volume, but the stock overall is looking pretty bullish. We have some indecision here. What I want to see, I mean, this 175 is it's coming out to be a major problem right now. And there are rumors that says that BABA is about to do a split, a 1-to-8 split, and that's a bullish sign. However, we don't know. I just want to keep this on watch. The prior few days has been very bullish, but this uptrend is very steep as well. So I don't like the long until it pulls back a little bit. Definitely gonna want to test the lows of today here at 173.50. I'll give it to a safe side. 173 key level here, as you can see right here on this day on July 5th. And yesterday, I believe yesterday it was also a key level as it held around the 173 area. Even at the close, when it dipped down and under, this is a Wachov's ring, and it basically just held this 173. So key support 173. When it does come down here, look and see what it does. As far as the top side goes, 100 SMA on the daily chart turns out to be quite the resistance here. Closing candle, we have massive volume here. Okay, so right here at this 175 area looks to be a very key intermediate resistance. So if it holds 173 and starts making a high low from here, then you can long it, anticipating a test of 175. So nice $2, perhaps even the test of the high of today, 175.50. If it gaps up and starts holding 175 and it's a long, yeah, it's definitely a long, and it's gonna want 177.5. And yeah, that's my plan on BABA. So that's basically my watch list for this evening. I hope you enjoy what you watch. And make sure you hit the like button, because that means a lot to me. And subscribe. Freely share this video if you like, and have a great day. Ciao.